We're wrapping up part one of our conversation with a deeper look at something many women endure in silence: painful sex, and the emotional impact this has on them and their relationship. Okay, your research uncovered how common painful sex is for women, but it's rarely talked about. Why is this such a hidden issue?
Yeah, it's amazing because everyone knows what erectile dysfunction is, right?
Right.
I mean, there's
Everyone knows.
we all know about the little blue pills and everything, but
Exactly.
very few people know the word vaginismus, even though it affects more younger women than erectile dysfunction affects young men. And one of our main research questions when we wrote our book, The Great Sex Rescue, was how common painful sex was, especially for women in the church. And we
Mm,
found a 23% incidence rate of primary vaginismus, which is pain during sex because the muscles of the vaginal wall contract and
okay.
penetration becomes really, really painful, if not impossible.
Wow.
And this can happen. It can happen for all kinds of different reasons, but a lot of women realize they have it as teenagers when they're trying to insert a tampon, or once you start sexual activity and you find that you just can't.
Wow.
And yeah, 23% of evangelical women and about 11% of the general population, 11 to 14% of the general population.
Yeah, but that's terrible. And is there something that can be done about that? Like,
Yeah, so there's a number of things that I really advise women to do, and that's take a multi-pronged approach. First of all, please see a pelvic floor physiotherapist.
mm,
And especially, people can also have pain during sex or secondary vaginismus, which is often caused after having a baby.
okay.
So scar tissue, birth trauma, whatever, that can also cause some painful sex. And pelvic floor physiotherapists are great for this. So
Okay.
please see a pelvic floor physiotherapist. But also in our book, The Great Sex Rescue, we go over a lot of the reasons why church women in particular can have higher rates of sexual pain. And as you understand this, it can actually be quite healing to realize, no, this isn't my fault. I'm not broken. My body's actually just trying to protect me because of the painful messages that I've grown up with.
So also explain to me, I'm going to probably say it wrong, dyspareunia?
Dyspareunia, yes. That's
Dyspareunia.
just kind of like a catchphrase word, which
Okay.
means pain during sex of any kind. So you can have vaginismus, which is the most common kind, which is pain when the muscles of the vaginal wall contract. But you can also have pain because of lichen sclerosis, or
Mm,
other autoimmune disorders, which just cause the tissue to become inflamed and really painful. So if you are experiencing any kind of pain, there's all kinds of
mhm.
other things, some infections, et cetera, et cetera. Please see your doctor, see your gynecologist, seek out a pelvic floor physiotherapist because there are often things that you can do.
Now, I'm asking this question about many different areas in women's health, but here we go. There's a huge gap in medical research between male and female sexual dysfunction. Why do you think disparity exists, and what does it mean for women? It's so frustrating.
It really is. I mean, when you think about how debilitating vaginismus is, and I mean, your whole sex life, you can't, it's often almost impossible. And yet, there's so much more research into erectile dysfunction. And vaginismus is something which can actually cause pain.
Mm,
It can cause major issues during childbirth. Like this is really difficult. You might not
yeah.
even be able to get pregnant. Like this is serious, and yet they don't research it. It's
Wow.
only the last few years that people have really begun to research it, and that's what our we published a paper last year about some of the messages that contribute to women's sexual pain disorders. And we have several more in the submission process, but yeah, I'm hoping that people start looking at this more because
Yeah.
this is something which needs to be taken seriously, and especially when we see that it isn't something which women are doing to themselves. It isn't
Right.
voluntary, it's not their fault, but messages can cause trauma,
Right.
and our bodies hold trauma. And this
So
is one of the ways that it shows up.
I'm going to quickly try to squeeze this in. What are some often overlooked factors like periods or coital dysphoria that can affect sexual experience but aren't part of a conversation about sex? 20 seconds.
Yes, a lot of people right after sex can get the blues. You can cry.
Mm,
You can be really, really upset. That's often hormonal imbalance. Please talk to your doctor because if you are experiencing that after orgasm, it often means that you are at higher risk of postpartum depression as well. And so see your
okay.
doctor because they can help.
Super. Thank you so much, Sheila. This has been wonderful. Really appreciate your time.
Yes, it's been good to be here.
That's it for part 1 of our series with Sheila Wray Gregoire. Join us next week for part 2, where we'll dig deeper into the roles of shame, porn, pressure, and obligation, and how couples can move beyond these issues to rebuild trust, find mutual pleasure, and ultimately build a stronger connection with each other through healthy intimacy.